So our next lesson, also very important, is that cash is king. Now, I told you I normally carry about $70 in cash with me. And the reason I do that, and by the way, $70 is just a number that works for me. There's no magic to it. The reason I carry that cash is because so many studies show that people who use cash for their spending make better and different spending decisions because cash connects you to your hard work, something we're going to talk about later. These credit cards disconnect you from your hard work, just the way that your phone, your computer, and if you're lucky enough to live in Sweden, the chip that they can insert in your wrist so that when you want to charge something, God forbid you have to pull out your phone or your card, you can just swipe your wrist across that scanner and be totally spending brain dead. So cash is king. It connects you to your hard-earned money. And this is a little story for you. When McDonald's started to allow people to use cards instead of cash, the average sale went from $4.75 with cash to $7 with a card, credit or debit card. Now, folks, you're smart enough to know that there's no way that 2 months after they changed their policy that people could somehow afford more at McDonald's. They were using their credit cards because it's not real money, and probably going into debt. Here's another story that I think may make you understand why cash is so important. I have a professor, a college professor that I speak for. She is a business and finance professor. She's got it all together. She's got a great budget. She has savings for emergencies and anticipated expenses, for retirement with dignity, for her kids' college, but she doesn't know that cash is king. And she told her students one day, I've been listening to the judge all these years, and then I decided, hey, maybe I should actually listen. And I committed myself to using cash. I get my cash from my own bank at the ATM machine so I don't pay a fee. I keep my cards in my wallet as much as possible. When I go to the grocery store, I take my children with me so they'll learn the power of cash. We only go with a list of the things we're going to buy that day and the money to pay for it. We don't bring our cards in, so we can't impulse buy something that looks really good that day that's not on the list, and we don't need it anyway. And she gave them a few other examples. And at the end, she said, because I have committed myself to using cash as much as possible, I have found myself saving hundreds of dollars a month just because my spending habits are so different. And now, just like the judge says, we have more money to do other things with, for myself and for my family. So cash truly is king. But the credit industry, who doesn't make any money from you if you use cash, spends millions of dollars every single year to give you the wrong message from the message I'm giving you. Their message is cash is not cool, cash is not convenient, or whatever. So let's watch this commercial.
The Visa check card. Because money shouldn't slow you down. Life takes Visa.
I hope you heard that statement at the end. Now, I'm 74 years old, and that might be the single most stupid statement I've ever heard. Money shouldn't slow you down? After I've told you that I and that college professor let money slow us down every single day because we know we'll make better spending decisions because we're connected to our hard-earned money. After a presentation a few years ago, a young man came up to me from a high school presentation, and he said, "Judge, I just have to tell you, my father is the guy in that video. He insists on using cash. He won't use cards unless he absolutely have to. He slows everything down. And my mom and I have been ragging on him for years because he insists on using cash. But after listening to you today, I am never going to say another word to my father because I know he's doing the smart thing." So cash is king. I always say, if it's under $20 or you can eat it or drink it, pay cash for it. It will change your life. And also, think about this. This is behavioral economics 101. If you use cards, phones, computers, chips for your spending all the time, after a while, money just becomes a concept. It's metaphysical, like religion. But if you use cash, money is an object, and you will treat it and spend it differently. Cash is king.